Hi, Zach. Good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm excellent. Zach, I want to shout out a couple of comments from a previous video. Is that okay?
Please, of course.
Okay. We asked people to give the name of the Septon from Fire and Blood. Wrong answers only. And we had some real winners. Would you like to hear them?
Of course.
We had Septon Octon,
Classic.
Septon Piercing,
Gross.
Sept on, Sept off,
That one's good. I like that
mm,
one a lot.
Septon Sempra, which is a deep cut, but it is good.
So press.
Uh,
Hold on.
that that is a reference to the Harry Potter spell Septon Sempra.
Ah, ah,
It's
ah.
very whoo. That one's tough to get to. uh, 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 wrong.
Septon wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, wrong answers only. Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, Septon, not Eustace.
That's pretty good.
And perhaps my favorite, Howland Reed.
Such a good old Septon Howland Reed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, Zach, it's good to be back. It's been a while since we recorded.
It's been quite some time since we recorded.
Yeah,
We were both separately busy, and
yeah.
then both not in the mood to record, but that was not for separate reasons.
Yeah. There's some stuff that happened, and we decided not to.
Yep, we decided not to record, and then who knows? The next recording might be live together in person, safely in Toronto.
Yeah,
From what you decide in the comments.
yeah. From the Buffalo Bills.
No, they're doing great. Don't curse them like that.
uh,
The last time they were 8-2 at this point in the season, it was 1993, and I had just been born.
yeah. Uh, uh, so I'm Zach. I'm really excited to to be to be here with you and doing this nonsense. Uh, I have a theory for you today.
I'm
If you would
excited.
like it, which is not something that I have said for a good long time.
But yeah, the last few theories we did were either mine or from the email. This is a Tom original.
Yeah. No, this is not strictly a Tom original. This is adapted from a comment by
Ooh,
another broken man. Another broken man left a comment. And like really this got me like moving in like the direction to toward this theory, but I didn't want to like not credit
isn't
them at
that
all.
isn't that Wes in our Discord server another
Is
broken
that
man?
Wes? Wes, thank you.
Yeah, Wes's Discord name is another broken man.
I
That
have
sounds familiar.
and you know what? This is a great little sidebar here. I would like to apologize because our community, which is now over 3,000 people, by the way, our community
Which is
is
wild.
still small enough that like I know pretty much everyone who's active in the community, but
Because
it's gotten
the number of people who are in our Discord in our comment section is much smaller than the overall subscriber base.
yes,
There are people who watch our videos religiously who have never commented. If that's
yes,
you, comment below.
yes. But like the number of people has gotten high enough that we have exceeded my personal problems with remembering people's names.
I still don't know if Llama Face and a somewhat annoyed llama are the same person.
Zach, we established this during the stream last Tuesday.
We did?
Yeah, we figured it out because we had both of them in Gardic at the same time.
Did you ask a somewhat annoyed llama if they want to do an episode because I love their channel so much?
No, I didn't, but a somewhat annoyed llama.
If you and potentially also Llama Face want to join us for an episode,
Oh, Zach, do we want to bring a somewhat annoyed llama and llama face on for a horror episode on Llamageddon. On
Invitation is open.
invitation extended. Llama takeover. Let's do a llama takeover video on the horror channel.
I wanted to do a somewhat annoyed llama because a somewhat annoyed llama did those really good Lara Strong videos recently.
Yeah.
That I liked quite a bit.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about one of my Lara's theories. So open invitation, a somewhat annoyed llama.
Oh my god, it's been a little while since we've like talked on videos about other people in this like incredible community. uh like not just like in ours specifically, but there are, since the end of House of the Dragon, there have been a bunch of like new little A Song of Ice and Fire YouTubers that have started popping off, and that makes me so happy. Like there's so many like cool weird theories that are like cropping up, and like over the course of the winter I'm gonna like dig into some of them.
I've been trying similarly to be like, ooh, new A Song of Ice and Fire YouTuber. I should watch one of their videos, and if it's good, two.
Zach. Zach. I'm learning that I don't know how to draw a llama.
Oh, okay. I thought the was much more pressing than can't draw a llama.
Zach. This isn't a llama. I don't know what this is, but it's not a llama.
So it's a very mutated giraffe.
It's a giraffe, Zach. I drew a giraffe by accident. Oops. How do I make this cute? Like that. No, like that. Yeah, I did it. I drew a giraffe. I drew a giraffe. This is my somewhat annoyed giraffe. Wait, hang on. If they're somewhat annoyed, like the eyebrow is like this, right? No, now he's stoned. No, now he's like sly. No, now he's like sweating. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, Zach. Zach, I have a theory today.
You have a theory for me.
Yeah. So thank you,
I
Wes.
also have.
Ah!
I have an out in an hour, so you have to then go back and record again.
Oh no, we haven't done a video yet, Zach. I'm sorry, Kava.
We started recording at 10, and we've yet to make a video.
That's true. Okay, let me give you an opening quote.
It's only a brief out. I'll be back after that.
Zach,
we're
would you
recording
like
at least 2 episodes today? Comments, please tell us that we have to.
Yeah.
In the comments below, give us shit for our recording schedule.
You know what? I don't care. We're starting with the meme. Oh no, I don't remember his name. A YouTuber broke into the International Security Conference in 2022 under the name Rob Banks. Zach, welcome back.
Welcome back, indeed. So that's great. That's a great name. One of my favorite webcomic is Saturday Morning Breakfast Cereal. It's has a great Hollywood hacking versus regular hacking, which shows person typing frantically into computer while black and green CGI thing flashes on screen versus guy calling company with fake name and acing one very easy security question as the real hacking.
Yeah.
And he uses the name Hackerman is his last name, and then there's a thing called the Voti, which is a button you click on to get a bonus joke panel, and it's the person at the bank wondering why so many people have the last name Hackerman.
It's extremely funny, Zach. You must understand.
And using the name Rob Banks to get into a security conference scratches that same itch for me.
I agree, and it was and I wish I remembered who the YouTuber was. But it was the memory of that. I can't get this centered on the screen, Zach. It was the memory of that really made me want to do this theory. It was the memory of that specifically.
I'm gonna
So,
see if I can figure who it was.
right, like, so like, talk me through what
It
the
was
important
it
part of
was
this sentence is.
Max Fosh,
Oh, Max. Oh, nice.
who I've never actually watched before.
He has a very charming accent, and he likes to meme on security personnel. There was one video he did where he like intentionally broke British laws that are stupid. I want to say there's one on the books about like riding a penny farthing, and so he intentionally rode a penny farthing in front of cops until they told him to stop. Which is that's a good bit. That's just a good bit, Zach.
Yeah, I can't imagine getting arrested for writing one of those.
I'm reminded of an old Tom Scott video, where he broke as many laws as he could in a certain period of time, which includes like, it's like getting into a fight after dark, uh, 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 vandalizing currency. So he like drew a goatee on the queen.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
The ten illegal things to do in London.
absolutely. Um, However, uh, that is not the important part. That's not the important part, Zach.
I'm gonna try and work my way backwards to A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people under assumed names that are very easy to figure out.
Oh
I
yeah.
just think specifically Alaras and Sorella. Like if you know who Sorella is and you meet Alaras, you'd be like, hold on, wait a second.
You know what?
Uh
I don't have that down. But Alaras is a stupid name. Right? If you're in disguise, right? You've snuck into the Citadel. You should not go with your name spelled backwards.
you're going based on the idea that nobody will ever put two and two together because nobody will think will know you or anything about you,
Like Max
which has
Fosh.
worked so far. I want to point out has worked so far.
Yes, it has, and that's really funny. Right, Max Fosh should not have gone with the name Rob Banks. He did it because he thought it would be funny. And what was the other example you gave? Was
The
was
other example I gave,
yeah, the other one you mentioned, the other like
I
funny
don't know if
name?
I don't know if I did.
Oh, am I
Oh, not from the books. I said like Hackerman being
Yes.
used for a hacker earlier.
Yes. Exactly. You should not use the name Hackerman. You do that because it's
Oh
funny.
heck, yeah, yes. And you don't think you'll be called on it.
Yes, and I assume that Sorella picked Alaras because it's pretty funny.
It's pretty funny, and the odds you get called on it are like unlikely. Somebody would have to know one of the sad stakes.
Yes. And
It's
like,
just like deep Dornish political lore that is only relevant to book readers and not to like the people living about the world.
mhm.
And if you did know the names of Oberyn's bastard daughters, the odds that you like know are friendly or at least know not to fuck with Sorella would be pretty good.
Yes.
There's very few people who would know who Sorella is and not know like any other details about her.
You know what's funny? Uh, well, first off, right? Like, I don't go around like spelling people's names backwards, right? Like the people that I
Yeah.
hang out with, I don't spell their names backwards most of the time. Oh god, oh no, Zach, here's a reference. I only do that with the word innocent. Uh,
Good old good old TTT.
yeah, yeah, there you go. There you go. There's a
Uh,
reference. There's a reference for you, Gary's
there's a
mod people.
reference to Trouble in Terrorist Town for anybody who's like waiting for that. I
Yeah,
wasted way
there's
too
your
many years of
joke.
my life on that. The worst part is if you told me I want to play TTT right now, it would be booting up Gary's mod as we speak.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hang on.
uh,
I'm just gonna write innocent in the bottom right hand corner while
you
we're
write
talking.
innocent backwards and then like shoot it.
uh uh
uh,
so like uh but like if I saw someone at the International Security Conference named Rob Banks, I would not look at them as closely as I do someone named like Eric Smith, right?
yeah,
uh like Rob Banks is almost too funny of a name, you know?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, Zach. Okay, can you like keep us going?
Interesting. So this is in like there's a subreddit like Act Like You Belong that has a very like you can sneak past anywhere, get through any boundary if you just make yourself seem unassuming. And yes, you can
Mhm.
get away with the name Rob Banks as long as you don't do anything to set off the "I shouldn't be here" alarm.
Absolutely. I don't that is not on my list, but if you act like you belong there, like that a lot a lot of this theory is that, Zach. Have I
Interesting.
told on stream the time I stole a chair from a local community college?
I don't know if I think you mentioned. I don't know if you told the chair stealing story.
Do you want the chair stealing story?
Of course.
Okay. Like if you are suspicious, if you like don't look like you know what you're doing and where you're going, you know? Uh but if you do, no one will ever question anything that you're doing. Which is why like the best tool for getting in, not that I would ever advocate for this, of course, but the best tool for getting into places is literally a clipboard. If you have a clipboard and a tie or a clipboard and a high vis vest, you can like walk into like better than 80% of places and they just won't talk to you.
Yep. A
um
vest and a clipboard can get you anywhere.
uh one time in college, uh this was after you and I stopped going to college together. Uh there was a chair that I wanted. It was a very creepy chair that was sitting at the top of a stairwell overlooking the entire stairwell, and I wanted it.
Yeah.
Uh but you know, if you walk into a place not holding a chair and you walk out of a place holding a chair, you look weird.
But if you walk into a place holding a chair and walk out holding a separate chair, it looks like you were just installing a chair and removing the old chair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like I actually went one step further. I walked in holding two chairs. So it looks like I'm moving chairs. And I like my phone was dead, but I had my phone on my ear, right? I had it on my shoulder, and as I'm walking past the librarian, because it was at the top floor of the library. As I'm walking past the librarian, like I'm saying like second floor or third floor, and like I look at the librarian looks up at me and just like gives me a little nod, you know, and I just walk in. And I walked to the top floor of the library. I replaced that chair with one of the chairs I had, and I just took the other chair and I walked right out. And as I'm walking out, I have my phone, which is dead by the way, up against my ear. And as I'm walking out, I was like, "Tell me what building next time." And like I meet eyes with the librarian, and the librarian like gives me this like, "Oh, dude, I've been there" kind of look. So I walked in with two chairs with the intention of dropping them off, realized I was in the wrong place, and exited with two chairs. Never mind that one of the chairs was very different. Confidence is key in a lot of situations, Zach. Especially a Song of Ice and Fire YouTube channels.
Well, the funny thing is, there's definitely like examples of what you're describing happening in like a Song of Ice and Fire. We know that Varys has like multiple identities that are like not that hard to suss out. Uh, are we going in a Varysy direction here?
Oh, we are
Or are
not,
we
but you're
going in?
definitely thinking in the right zone, right? Like
Okay.
we can talk about a lot. This is a lot of the Arthur Dane is alive theories, right? Arthur Dane went to the wall, because one of the themes is, uh, uh, people see what they expect to see. They see a gruff man walk up to the wall, and he's just another gruff man, right? Like that. This is Arya's whole thing. She looks like Arya and she acts like Arya, but because she's not where Arya's supposed to be, no one even questions her. Like right down to her like friends and companions, they don't even notice her until she like points herself out to them. Uh, Similarly, because like Jane Poole is in the place that Arya is supposed to be, no one but Theon ever even questions it.
Because nobody even thinks what Arya is supposed to look like. You
Yep.
have seen her before.
Yep. If if I show up at the wall and I'm not wearing a white cloak and wielding my fancy magic sword, I am not Arthur Dane and could not be. Right. This is like the whole. This is one of the pitches behind the Howland Reed is the Mad Mouse
Yeah,
theory. Actually, a lot of
yeah, the
Howland
Mad
Reed
Mouse.
theories.
Oh yes, because we don't know what Howland Reed looks like, so it's easy to insert him into any character we don't know.
Yeah. So you know what? I'll give you that. That
Are you insisting that Arthur Dane is currently a character named Darthur Ain?
Arthur Ain. Uh, uh, no, no. But I am like in that area of stupid.
The Mad Mouse is somebody who changed his the first initials of both his names to hide his secret identity. Previously, he was the Mad Mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
He swapped the M's around. Nobody noticed yet.
He used to be uh he's oh god, Zach, I'm really trying to play with you in this space. Like what? He used to be like Mads Mikkelsen, but now he's the Mad
Now
Mouse.
he's like Matt Nicholson.
Yeah. There are
Funny
many.
thing, Mads Mikkelsen actually changed his name around. The M's of the first last name, and nobody noticed.
Yeah. Uh uh there are many cases of um where identity is hidden because behind uh thin veils. We'll say thin but effective veils. Right, it's the whole Jon Snow bit, right?
Yeah,
Right, he looks like a Snow and he talks like a Snow, and I insist he's a Snow, so he's a Snow. Right. This is the whole Fagon bit, right?
yeah.
So,
So
yeah, go ahead.
let's circle back to the first. This is about getting into some place you're not supposed to be,
It is. And
and doing so under a stupid name.
that is 100% correct. That is the pitch for this theory. Yes.
Okay, let's talk. Let me. If I get what is being broken into, will I get it?
Absolutely.
If I list off, so let's talk about some of the like things and not just. I mean, technically everybody can join the Night's Watch,
That's true.
but getting into like the higher leadership is difficult. Uh, and technically, a woman can't get into the Night's Watch, but like somebody could lie and pretend to be a man,
Yeah,
Mulan style or other style.
that's Danny Flint's that's Danny Flint's thing. And in fact that's the reasoning behind the second most popular satin theory.
Yes. Uh,
Yeah, so the Night's Watch is not what I'm looking for.
uh, only certain people can become a maester. You have to test in. You have to be a man also.
Mm-hmm.
At the Citadel, only certain people get appointed to the Kingsguard, to the Gold Cloaks, to the King's Council. Only certain people accepted in the House of Black and White.
Ooh.
Only certain people are accepted into Vastothrock.
Oh, see,
Uh,
this is interesting. Because here's another parallel. With Robert Strong. Um, Robert Strong's veil is extremely thin, and at least as far as
yep.
we know, no one has questioned it.
Anybody who questioned it has assumed the answer.
Yes.
There's a very fine line between questioning Robert Strong and answering Robert Strong.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will say with this theory, the identity that is relevant has not been questioned yet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the King's. It's not a member of the King's Guard. It's not a member of the Night's Watch. It's not a Maester. It's not a member of the King's Council.
All of these are correct. Uh, um, we might circle back to the Night's Watch, but not yet. That's an
It,
additional tinfoil. I don't want it. You know what? I'll
is
make.
it a member of a royal family at any point?
Yeah,
Are we
yeah.
asserting that there was a Targaryen who got swapped out for somebody else at some point in history?
No. Although there's
Are
some
we
wonderful additional tinfoil that we could do with that as well. Um, I don't want to have misled you.
okay?
So you're naming institutions that are hard to like become a part of. Also
Mm-hmm.
think about places that are hard to get into, right? Like places that are hard to rob.
Places that are hard. So like the Iron Bank of Bravos is hard to rob.
Sure, yeah.
The getting into the like main castles of King's Landing, into the Holdfast and all that. That's difficult too.
Yeah, and like we see Varys doing that, right? He moves in and out basically completely unseen. And there's a bunch of historical examples of this too, of people like in House of the Dragon season 1, Rhaenyra just dresses up like a person and just walks out.
Yes.
And and in spite of the fact that she looks like Rhaenyra and is hanging out with someone who looks like Daemon, she is not like she is not called out and does not even feel at risk of being called out until she like takes her hat off, like those
Yeah.
like those uh uh like the nerdy girl transformation at the end of like a teenage romance.
Yes.
I like that bit, Zach. Hmm.
Let me see. Okay, so is that where I should go? Is it in King's Landing where I should be focusing on, or no?
It's not in King's Landing, but you started naming locations, and I think that is that's a great place to go.
Well, so the Night Fort's not easy to get into because it's too spooky. Uh,
True.
the Crypts of Winterfell are hard to get into because you get into Winterfell and like it's usually like the thing you get invited to go down and see. Uh,
Ding.
ding. Okay, there we go. The Crypts of Winterfell.
Uh, uh, how am I going to phrase this?
Are we asserting that when Mance came to visit, we know who his character was?
Hang on, Mance Raider,
Little Mance.
Rey, Raider, um,
No, it's Mance,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm pretty sure it's Mance Rayder. Mance Rayder.
Sorry, it's been a while. And also I'm
It's
not
been a
sorry.
hot minute.
Uh, Mance Raider, visited Winterfell. What did you say?
Incognito.
Incognito. Yeah, but which like well, I'm sort of like lampshading another ding. Which one did you reference? Which time?
When King Robert is there.
Yeah, incognito, when King Robert visited. When King Robert was there. Do you remember why?
He wanted to see the king.
Uh, he wanted to, quote, get the measure of this southern king. There you go. This is
And he
like
plays the lute.
this is a classic theory for us, Zach. This feels like a return to form.
He plays the lute for King Robert.
He does. He does. I don't remember what he sings, but he does. All right. Do you remember any
So
any?
he arrives with the name when he comes to Winterfell and dance. He arrives under the assumed name of Abel, which is Baal anagram.
Damn straight.
Baal.
There are many similarities between Mance and Bale the Bard. Can you name some?
Similarities. They're both bards of
Yes.
sorts.
Both are
They both are
singers.
wildlings who sneak into Winterfell. Uh, he lampshades that by using the name Abel, uh, or Abel, or however you want to pronounce it. Uh,
Abel is Bale anagrammed. And this is gonna sound stupid. I didn't even know that. I hadn't even thought about that. That's great. uh,
and Abel also became king of the wildlings.
Bale was king of the wildlings. All of this is important. Uh, since you have referenced Bale the Bard, I will give you one of the core things related to him. Um, the story. The story of Bale the Bard sees Bale sneak into Winterfell. He uh, uh, covertly uh, enacts a plan. He covertly lays the groundwork for a plan that comes to fruition later. His plan, we assume, is to have his lineage as the Kings of Winter, which he successfully does after long periods of time.
I'm.
I have the
Okay.
biggest smile on my face right now. Oh, this is
He
so good.
impregnates Brandon Stark's daughter.
Yes, though that is not that explicitly is not relevant.
Oh, Bale the Bard also used a fake name when he stuck in.
He did. I don't remember what he called himself.
Sigric of Skagos,
Oh, lovely.
which literally means deceiver. Wait, this theory might just be true.
What do you mean?
He showed up with the name Deceiver in another language and got let in.
Uh Bale the Bard showed
He used the
up.
name.
Oh yeah, here it is. I have there are many titles that became words over time, such as Magna is the name of the house on Skagos. And Bale the Bard is called Deceiver in Skagosi.
Yeah.
under the name Deceiver in Skagosi. Skagosi. What theory might be true, Zach?
This one you're proposing here.
What theory am I proposing, Zach? What theory am
I
I
don't know,
proposing?
but
If I underline Rob Banks. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. I can't draw.
are we saying that Mance Rayder is another made up?
Yeah! Yeah!
I thought this. Well, fucking reading some of those chapters because like it's not quite Magnar, but like it could have a similar thing. And Raider could just be Raider. His name could just be King of the Raiders.
Oh, I would say mansions are called manses.
Oh, and the Mansion Raider.
Yeah. Wait, hang on, where is it? A person who enters an area covertly and steals things is called a raider.
And they're asserting that Mance Raider's real name is Rhaegar Targaryen.
Welcome to the second half of the theory, Zach. Boop, boop. Mance showed up at the Night's Watch under the name Mance Rayder. So, if he had that name, if this is a pseudonym, he had that pseudonym from the time when he showed up at the Night's Watch, which means either he had already like Rob Banks is not a name you happen upon accidentally and then later shape your actions to connect to it, right? That meant that he either had already used whatever this name was going to be funny for, or he was planning this from then.
Well, he gets apparently he gets the last name Raider because he was found with a group of raiders when he was a child.
I call bullshit.
Yeah, that's arguable at the very least.
Yeah. Because God, everything that Mance ever says is like half lie.
Also, he could have changed that. Like, if that's just a nickname that was given to him, it's weird that he was given a nickname last name, and it's also weird that he sticks to it when he's no longer hanging out with the same people.
Yeah.
Unless he really took
Especially like when he's running for election.
Yes.
Let's assume that Mance Rayder is the same as is in reference to the same action that he takes when that Bale the Bard takes, right? Stealing something from Winterfell, right? That's what Bale the Bard is famous for. So the Mance in Mance Rayder's name is Winterfell. Zach, if that's the case, what the fuck did he steal from Winterfell?
You're saying this is an Ocean's 11 pipe operation.
Yeah.
Did he steal Rhaegar's harp?
That's what I'm fucking thinking, dude.
He was not there to see the king. He was there to steal. He was there to steal Rhaegar's harp that has a map on it that leads to the treasure left behind by the Targaryens, and we're about to get the National Treasure book next.
It is, and I'm gonna write this fully. It is wildly irresponsible for the reigning monarch of the wildlings, without whom uh 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 without whom, by his own admission, they would fall apart and die. Right, because that's why he's brought everyone together. It's not out of desire for political power. It is to try to save the wildlings. He needs to get the wildlings south of the wall, or they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
It is wildly irresponsible for him to go south of the wall for anything not crucial. Is this a hot take?
No, that's not a hot take at all. You shouldn't have, like, if you're sneaking in to do a reconnaissance mission, they don't say, "Okay, Mr. President, suit up."
Yes, exactly. Right. The only time you send the president is when either there is no danger or there's no one else who can do it.
Or like it's something that, like, if it was a diplomacy thing,
Yes.
the president can't be sneaky. They're the president. The consequence for being sneaky and failing is getting caught and going to jail or dying. Otherwise, you wouldn't need to be sneaky.
Yes.
And even if the president was formerly the best spy in the world, and might still, but like if James Bond becomes like the prime minister of the UK, he can no longer be James Bond because he's recognizable.
Yes, exactly.
Even if he's not recognizable, if anybody has any suspicions and he gets arrested, that he's still in like deep political trouble because now there's a prime minister who is in jail and a hostage.
Yes. Like if you are caught, the best case scenario is you are held for hostage. The worst case scenario is like an actual apocalypse.
Yes.
So why? So like that this over here, where am I? This over here, this statement absolutely has to be a lie. Where'd it go? This one. This has to be a lie. You went to get the look of that Southern King? Absolutely not. The only reason that you would go to Winterfell is for something beyond important. And Zach, there's only like 6 things in the universe that could be that important. And I think that we can list them all right now. Let's do the easy one, right? The easy one, and I think that the like immediately accepted one would probably be to talk to Ben Stark. Right? You can't talk to him at Castle Black for obvious reasons, but you can speak to him subtly at Winterfell. Like if you grilled like it would not surprise me if there was some interchange between Ben and Mance. I don't know that there is. But I think is the easiest answer. What do you think about that? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Did we lose Zach?
Yeah. No. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm processing all this.
I think that's an acceptable answer. So, Ben Stark is missing. So, Zach, possible theory number 1, Mance, can I just do like a circle? No. Mance is talked to Ben Stark, and that is why Ben is missing. He talked to Ben Stark, and Mance and Ben are working together on something. and that is why Ben is gone. Benjen disappeared just like Bloodraven, right? He's not dead. He is just doing something.
He is on a mission.
Yes. And
you say, wait, hold on. Are you saying Ben Stark instead of Benjen Stark because you're adding a second secret identity to this one?
no, I just like Ben Stark just
Calling him
reminds me of
Ben?
Ben Kenobi, and I like it.
That's fair.
Which, funnily enough, is another secret identity. Yeah, he's actually
yeah, you're
Tormund.
Right. Obi-Wan Kenobi calling himself Ben Kenobi is also a like very bad, very obvious disguise.
Yeah, that's not what I would have
Obi-Wan
advised.
Kenobi,
Ben.
they probably mean Ben Kenobi. Maybe Kenobi is
Or...
just a really like popular last name on Tatooine.
Oh yeah, I'm from the Dune Sea Kenobis. Oh, I got cousins in the Dune
But
Sea Kenobis.
I'm descended from the Mos Eisley Kenobis.
We don't talk anymore. You know how family is. Okay, that's number one. I think that could be. That's a really interesting theory. And Zach, I've spun. There's like 6 directions that I've spun off into at the end of this. That's only the first one. Do you want to talk about that one, or do you want to get more?
Oh God, my head's already hurting from the secret identities.
Okay, all right. Then let's go to the second one that requires the least amount of complicated thinking. That is, many fans believe that Rhaegar's harp is in the crypts of winter. Winter. I don't think that is a dangerous statement to make. I think that many fans do believe that. I am not going to take position on whether I think they're right.
So what is so important that the president has to steal a dead king's harp or dead prince's harp, right?
Yeah, why would that be relevant? Right? Why can't you send Tormund to get that? Right? Why can't you send Spearwives? Why does it have to be you?
Because Mance needs nobody else to know that he has the harp.
Yes.
Right?
For some reason.
It's a trust nobody mission.
Yes. Whatever this is, nobody can know about it. And I think that talking to Benjen Stark fulfills that. Getting the measure of this Southern King does not fulfill that. Right? Like, if you were trying to, like, enter into, like, a diplomatic conversation with Robert Baratheon, I mean, like, maybe. But I wouldn't... Like, the danger is not worth the likelihood of success. And as Rhaegar Targaryen, he knows that. Zach, I said, as Rhaegar Targaryen, he knows that.
Yes, as Rhaegar Targaryen, he knows.
Zach, as Rhaegar Targaryen, he knows
that. Yes, as Rhaegar. As Mance is Rhaegar. So what does Rhaegar's harp do? What magic powers has it achieved? That cannot be shared with the outside world.
Could it be the case that he stole it to keep Jon from learning about it? That's kind of dumb.
Then he could tell somebody else to steal
it.
The only problem is that person gets tipped off that he's Rhaegar.
I mean, like, only if they are intimately familiar with, like, Targaryen ancestry.
True.
So, like, I don't know. Is this harp magic, Zach?
It has to be. That's the only explanation, right?
Yeah. But although I got another one for you. Want another good one?
Go for it.
Mance has been searching for the Horn of Winter.
Are you saying the horn was in the crypts of Winterfell and he had to get it so nobody else could have it?
Or at the very least, he thought that it might be there.
And he had to do the search himself.
Yes,
because couldn't trust anybody else. with a nuclear weapon.
Oh yeah, that one tracks for me, right? Like with
I
if
had to
this
rule
is
it out as a location where the Horn of Winter was.
oh yeah, like this is the sort of like you never give anyone else the nuclear football, right? No,
Yep.
absolutely no one else ever puts their hands on it. It is best if they don't know where it is. I wouldn't trust Tormund with that. I would trust Tormund with a lot, but I would not trust like he says to Jon, if I had had the Horn of Winter, I would have given it a nice loud toot, and you all like you guys uh would have enough ice to cool your drinks all summer, right? But like Mance didn't want to destroy the wall. He wanted to use it. He wanted to use the horn as leverage. Uh but he doesn't. He doesn't use the horn as leverage. Um, I'm sorry, he uses a fake horn for leverage. Um, so it is possible that he has the real horn, uh, and didn't use it. But if he had the real horn, I'm like I if I had the real horn, I would have like there would have been more conversation about it. He must
Yeah.
have like
Yes.
if he has it, he has it off site and doesn't have it in the camp. Maybe that was what he was doing. Maybe he was like planting the Horn of Winter. I suppose that's something
Oh, oh,
that's a direction we could think about. He could have been planting something.
it's not that he was going to search out the nuclear football. It was he was leaving it there. He knew he was going to come back later. Well, he plans like if he plans on going to the Crypts of Winterfell for magical purposes later, and he doesn't think he might make it or something. Like if he knows he needs to have something there for a ritual in the future, like better to get it there during peacetime than during like being run over by the others time.
Yeah.
If there's a big enough party where you can sneak in your supplies for some sort of magic thing, you do it then, and then all you need to do is get your ass over there and not carry like potentially dangerous things you might get caught with.
Hmm. And I suppose that like you could assume, okay, hey, I got another national treasure comparison. Um, when when Nicolas Cage is running away from Sean Bean, right? He's in there. When he's running away from Sean Bean, he says to his companions, "We don't want them to have the map, and we don't want them to have the glasses, but we definitely don't want to have them together. So you take one and I'll take the other, and we need to like store them separately." So if he recognizes there's a possibility of the wildlings failing to cross the wall, so he says they can capture me, but it's really important that they not capture the horn. But what good is like if you're using it as a contingency, what good is hiding the horn if you don't tell anybody? So, number 1, does he tell anybody? Or number 2, does he know that Jon is having visions of the Crypts of Winter and will go and get it anyway?
Ooh, I don't know if I'd buy it, but that's really fun to think about. That
Yeah.
his goal was to either retrieve something or drop something off, and Robert was a good cop.
Yeah, right. Like that's just the thing that you say, right? That's the thing that you told all of your like friends and advisors. Like, yeah, I'm going there to like Robert Baratheon's going to be there. I'm going to go check him out. But in actuality,
And
you sneak something in or sneak something out.
when a bunch of small folk are going to be there to see the king anyways, it's a good like cover for a person who's never been there before showing up.
Yes.
Oh, I'm a musician. I'm here to play music for the king. That makes perfect sense. Somebody would go do that. Some like loot player would show up to impress the king and get some coin from all the people that are there, and maybe hope the king likes him enough to take him back to court. Completely fucking normal.
Yep.
But you're
Blends in
actually
with
there.
yeah.
You're actually there for some sort of like Ocean's 11 style theft and or Inception style drop off.
Dang, dude. Dang. All right. All of this is cool. I think I had one more that I had thought about. Oh, yeah, yeah. It is also plausible that he was there on a scouting mission. But right, like literally, he knew at some point there was going to be a battle of Winterfell, right? He knew at some point that he was going to have to take Winterfell. So he was
Yeah.
there to map it. And like, I don't know, maybe among his personal effects there is like literally a map of Winterfell. But Zach, he would not need to do that because, and we haven't mentioned this yet, Mance Mance has been to Winterfell 3 times. Right, he's there to rescue Jane Poole. He's there when Robert is there, and he says to Jon, "I have seen you once before."
When he was a
Because
small child, yes.
yeah. So why the hell what were you doing there the first time that meant you needed to come back again?
Well, there's another explanation, which is that he has a man on the inside who he doesn't tell anybody about because it's highly confidential. Like, if one other person knows, if one other person can spread the word, and if they ever get captured by, Night's Watch, or decide to become like a defector later in the conflict, he has somebody he meets with in Winterfell on very rare occasions to confer with for information. And I am, of course, asserting that it's Shira Seastar who is Old Man.
Oh my god. Is he friends with Old
he's
Nan?
he's friends with Old Dan, who's also a Targaryen.
Mance in Winterfell. Zach, I'm actually about to look up to see if we can line up um Mance being in Winterfell that time with Benjen being in Winterfell.
Ooh, true.
Let's see. All right, you riff for just a second while I'm looking.
I'm trying to think of other reasons somebody in such a precarious political position would go alone. And it's got to be, yeah, either to protect information or to transmit something so dangerous that nobody else can have their hands on. Curious.
Very interesting, right? As often saying a Bale the Bard after returning from rangings beyond the wall. Uh, yep. They told him he can't have red silk, which I think is bullshit. And like what I like about this is it doesn't even really need to be um like he doesn't need a different secret identity. Right? He doesn't
Yeah.
need to be a Targaryen for this to make sense. All he needs is to be familiar with these stories and know how to get in the crypts of Winterfell, right? All of this works whether Mance has a different secret identity or not, right? This could be a title he's chosen, or uh, uh, or a pseudonym covering a different identity. Well, like, man, it's crazy to go by the name Mance Rayder.
Correct. Yeah.
Hello, I'm
If
Rob.
there's one takeaway here, he had multiple attempts, multiple times he could have changed his name and chose not to, which means he either like really likes it or did so on purpose. Yes, correct. Because if he was raised as Mance Rayder, at some point he could have said, "Could you make my last name literally anything else?"
Yeah,
Especially
dude.
when he became a wildling.
I am not fine. Oh, Mance Rayder is on the villains wiki, which is a bold take.
This is an incredibly bold take.
Yeah,
Even if
like
you're only familiar with the show, it's a bold take.
yeah. It's actually kind of bolder.
Yes.
He is antagonistic, like, to Cersei. Right? He acts in opposition to the Night's Watch, but like, the Night's Watch and Mance Rayder can be in opposition but not be villains.
Yes.
I am not finding those references to. Huh. Yeah, I'm not finding the references to the first time he went to Winterfell. Did I make that up, Zach?
No, I remember hearing about. I've been reading the books recently, and I remember exactly that. He saw John when he was young,
Yeah, right?
playing with Brock. I remember this vividly. I remember exactly the board of elections. I was parked outside when I heard it
During his
in
walk around the
Berks
walls of
County,
Winterfell,
Pennsylvania.
did Mance Rayder really come upon 4-year-old Jon and Robb playing alone in the snow? I know your face. I've seen it before twice. When you were a brother of the Night's Watch, that was the first time. You were just a boy. I was all in black, one of a dozen riding escort for old Lord Commander Corgyle when he came down to see your father at Winterfell. Okay, so he was still a brother of the Night's Watch at that point.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that actually ties up a couple of loose ends for me. Right, while he was there, he was like he could have been digging up information, and like even if not digging up, just like passively collecting information and hear about like these rumors of very interesting things in the Crypt of Winter. And then later, when he is searching for the Horn of Winter, we know that he's searching through like graves and stuff. That he broke back in to try to find it or to try to plant it. Actually, I freaking love the idea of him planting the Horn of Winter. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal theory.
Yeah, Zach. So this is mine. This is a good one. I think.
Hell yeah, absolutely. I agree. This is a good one. It was a fun way to get there too.
Yeah, Rob Banks.
Rob, that's not advice.
All right, Zach. Why don't you give us an outro and then we can get done.
Everybody remember to like, comment, and subscribe to what's on a different channel. We shout out a Somewhat Annoyed Llama. Go check out a Somewhat Annoyed Llama.
Yeah,
Like, comment, and subscribe on the ranking the Kings of Westeros video. Go like, comment, and subscribe specifically to that video.
absolutely. Very cool stuff over there.
Uh,
Uh, uh,
and also while you're here, you can do that for our channel too if
yeah,
you
you should do
haven't
that
already.
here also. Zach, thank you very much for
You
hanging
know,
out.
I like how it makes the button light up when you do like, comment, and subscribe. Please smash that like button.
Yeah, yeah.
Did the button light
Crush.
up? Did it light up for you?
Yeah, only like 0.001% of the people watching this are actually subscribed. And you're the other 99%. You listening to
You,
this
the
right
one
now.
person, are the rest of yes.
Yes. You can be the one to get us to 100 million subscribers. We're on the creep. We're on the creep to 1 million subscribers.
Yeah. If you subscribe right now, you might be the person who gets us to 1 million.
Yeah. Probably
It'll
not,
be true
but
eventually.
yeah. All right, Zach, goodbye.
But